stinging the gloves of the keeper, Josh Vickers.
Leamington's turn to score from a penalty now. Corby Bishop has got it. Leamington 1, Spennymoor 0. Silly offside for the Sky Blues. Ryan Haynes throwing, finding Jordan Shipley. He played it on to Shipley, who was in an offside position. So offside against the Sky Blues. But a good effort. Comes to nothing, they remain 1-0 down.
Whether Lincoln will change their philosophy a little bit, I don't think they will. I think they're a team that do like to attack and keep the intensity going.
Mansfield lead Stevenage by a goal to 0 in League 2. Stevenage with the Sky Blues play on Tuesday night. They're trailing this one by a goal to 0. Jody Jones with the ball forward, looking for Biamo, who flicks it on, then turns. Keeper comes out of his penalty area, lets the ball run into his area, and is able to collect it. And summer signing from Swansea, played on loan for Barnet last season. His punt into the Sky Blues half. And two Sky Blues players get each other's way, and anyway they committed a foul. Michael Doyle and Rob McDonald not reading that one. It's a free kick to Lincoln, who lead by a goal to 0. And have a free kick inside the Sky Blues half. Sky Blues going closest with Mark McNulty, almost getting on the end of a ball from the right from Jody Jones. And we've seen a Jordan Shipley shot which forced a decent save out of the keeper. Lincoln play the ball into the Sky Blues penalty area. It's headed away by Jordan Willis. Comes back to Lincoln City. And they play it towards the edge of the area. The pass there from Neil Eardley, headed in, and it's bouncing about. A chance here, and it's scrabbled away by Jordan Willis. It just wouldn't quite land for Matt Green. And now Jody Jones on the break for the Sky Blues. He's caught off the ball. Mark McNulty gets on the end of it. I don't think the referee saw that, so no free kick given, and the ball eventually goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, well, Jones is certainly pleading his case to the referee. The referee wasn't having any of it, and as you say, Clive probably didn't particularly see what happened.
In the Premier League, Callum Wilson has scored again. Bournemouth 2, Huddersfield 0. Liverpool have won up against Southampton through Mohamed Salah, and Burnley lead Swansea by a goal to 0. Former Sky Blues loanee Jack Cork, I make it 3 former Sky Blues players have scored now already today.
England international Jack Cork.
Yeah, indeed. And here the Sky Blues trailing by goals to 0. None of the current players have managed to find the net, but it's Liam Kelly breaking forward for Coventry City now. Good run from him and a good reverse pass to Biamo. Biamo aims it for Shipley, but just ran away from him, and the keeper is able to land on the ball and save.
Great move by the Sky Blues there, going through the centre of the pitch, and yeah, just a little bit ahead of Jordan Shipley.
Sense the Sky Blues are still in this game, but maybe need to score fairly quickly because of the pressure they're under for their lack of goals this season.
And they are having nervous moments inside the penalty area as well. There's been a good 2 or 3 occasions where they've struggled to get the ball away. Lincoln have put bodies in the box.
Throwing down the line for the Sky Blues is flicked on. Ryan Haynes with a header. Another header. Jordan Shipley keeps in there. Michael Bostic has it forward for Lincoln City. It's Rod McDonald who wins it well up to the halfway line. It's headed back by Lincoln City, and Tom Davis this time with a header and a second header as the Sky Blues try and get hold of the ball. Here's Davis again with his header. Max Biamo challenges forward. He's beaten in the air, but Michael Doyle brings it down, and the Sky Blues have it with Jordan Willis. He plays a ball forward for Jody Jones to chase down the right, but it's intercepted, and Lincoln City do well to bring it back. Tom Davis makes the tackle. Lincoln have it on their left. The ball's lobbed over the top. An awkward one here for Tom Davis to deal with. And it's won well by Nathan Arnold. And now it's Alex Woodward, who's forced backwards by Liam Kelly. But Lincoln have it with Sean Raggett. A poor ball from him. Straight to Jordan Shipley for Coventry City. He gives it to Max Biamo. Max Biamo on his own at the moment. Gets support now, gives it to Shipley. Shipley back to Biamo. Might try a shot here. Biamo! It's a good strike, but it's just over the bar.
Yeah, from about 25 yards, Max Biamo testing the keeper. Well, didn't test him in the end, in the fact that it went over the bar. But just getting maybe a sighter in.
Well, a couple of shots with conviction from the Sky Blues of late, but still they trail in the League Two. Luton Town, who are up near the top of the table, they lead by 2-0 now against Cambridge United. Sky Blues needing something from this game. The ball's played forward for Max Biamo to chase for Coventry City. He'll be hit out for a throw to the Sky Blues, level with the Lincoln penalty area on the Sky Blues left.
That will do. Didn't need to dive in, just needs to make sure the defender knew that he was there and keeping the pressure on him, forcing him to play it out and throw in level with the area.
Just over 11 minutes to go to half time. Throw in for the Sky Blues comes to Ryan Haynes. Haynes tries to go past his man, still going. Haynes plays it into the penalty area. He was under pressure from a defender and he couldn't quite control the ball in, and it goes out for a goal kick.
I think he was desperate to get the ball into the penalty area, coming in sort of across midfield, but in the end it wasn't really the right option.
Well, it's a goal kick for Lincoln City. The ball kicked into the Sky Blues half, and it goes out for a Lincoln throw off Rob McDonald opposite us. Good atmosphere inside this packed Central Bank, and it's the home supporters who are happiest at the moment. Their team lead by 1-0. Throw in for Lincoln. They're taking their time with it. The throw comes in now, and it's headed into towards the right corner. Ryan Haynes trying to shepherd the ball out for a goal kick, but he does eventually succeed despite some pressure from a forward goal kick. Notts County up at the top of League Two, briefly had the lead against Cheltenham, but they're now level at 1-1. Notts County 1, Cheltenham 1. In the Premier League, Everton have gone behind again. Wilfried Zaha has scored Crystal Palace's second goal. Palace 2, Everton 1, but Luton appear to be heading for 3 points. They now lead Cambridge United by 3-0. It shows what a great result that was for the Sky Blues at Luton, but they're not at the moment producing a similar result here. They trail by 1-0. The ball's lobbed over the top by Liam Kelly. Mark McNulty pleased with the referee that he was fouled, and the referee in a decent position agrees and gives the Sky Blues a free kick about 20 metres inside the Lincoln City half. Taken quickly by Michael Doyle to Kelly. Kelly with a shot. Oh, was it tipped over the bar? Yes, it was. Good save from the keeper. That was good for the Sky Blues. They caught Lincoln napping with a quick free kick, and a good shot from Liam Kelly. Tipped over the bar by the keeper. The Sky Blues get their second corner of the game.
And the last 3 chances the Sky Blues have had, all been from outside the area, but progressively getting harder and testing the keeper.
Shipley with the corner. Left-footed, and there's a chance here. Oh, it's a great save for the keeper, and surely he's having his shirt pulled there, McNulty. The initial volley, I think, came from McDonald. It was a very good save from the keeper, and now Kelly with another shot from distance, just over the bar. The Sky Blues are getting closer. The cross from the right, and a volley from McDonald, brilliantly saved as McNulty chased the rebound. He didn't make much of a fuss, but he looked for me as he was having his shirt ripped off there. I think Mark Robbins is making that point. But it's a goal kick to Lincoln City.
2 great chances. Kelly with the one that forced the corner. His shot from the edge of the area being tipped over, and then Rod McDonald steamrollering in on the end of the corner from Shipley. And the keeper Vickers somehow keeping it out.
Premier League, West Brom champion 0, Chelsea 3. Marcus Alonso scored Chelsea's third goal. Sky Blues 1-0 down here. They've come close in the last few minutes to get in an equaliser, but close, but no cigar. It's Michael Bostwick for Lincoln now. Max Biamo as well to get in front of him and deflect the ball forward. It's now Ryan Haynes for the Sky Blues, plays a high ball into the Lincoln half, but to no one in particular, and Lincoln should be able to deal with that, and they clear into the Sky Blues half. Tom Davis jumps for it, slightly misjudges his jump, but Liam Kelly's there to help. Lincoln do keep the ball with Alex Woodward, and he plays it forward to Reed, but there's Rob McDonald to get to it and whip the ball away into the Lincoln City half, and Lincoln let that one run out for a Lincoln City throw-in.
Well, since going a goal down, the Sky Blues, OK, they've had a couple maybe of nervy moments inside their own area, but really they're the ones that have been asking the questions at the other end, with some shots trying to test Josh Vickers, trying to get back on level terms.
Throw in for Lincoln City. It's headed away, lob back forward down the Lincoln left, headed away by Tom Davis. And now Liam Kelly has it for the Sky Blues, back to goal, trying to find room. Got 6.5 minutes to go to half time. Feel the Sky Blues really could do with an equaliser before half time. The ball's lobbed forward by Lincoln City, but that Jordan Willis tries to get there, and the ball bounces awkwardly for him, but he does eventually win the throw-in. Championship, Hull have equalised against Ipswich, that's 1-1. Cardiff are 2-0 up against Brentford. And in League One, Tony Mowbray's Blackburn are 2-0 up now at Bury. Bury having a bit of a wretched time lately. The ball is played forward. It's blamelessly from Jordan Willis, and out for a throw into Lincoln City. Lincoln leading by a goal to nil. And take the throw back to their keeper. And it's played into the Sky Blues half, headed forward by Reid, who's a big man, and it's headed towards the edge of the area, volleyed clear by Tom Davis, and Shipley gets the ball to Doyle, who finds Ryan Haynes. Haynes tries to go past his man and succeeds. Haynes over the halfway line now. The referee even said he was foul, but it's played an advantage. He's still going, Haynes. He's all the way to the penalty area. Oh, pulls it back, and no one anticipated that pass. And it went behind all the Sky Blues players, and now Lincoln threaten a counter-attack. Lee Birch has come a long way out of his goal, but he got it right and heads the ball out for a throw into Lincoln City.
Good quick thinking by the Sky Blues keeper there, heading out for the throw-in, but yeah, very advanced position that Ryan Haynes found himself in. 4 people in grey shirts in the penalty area, and he played it behind them. I think he was expecting one of them to be holding back by the edge of the area.
Ball is cleared by Rod McDonald from that Lincoln throw, and now it's volleyed back by Lincoln. Ryan Haynes with the header, and Jody Jones trying to win it, unable to do so, and Lincoln have it with a cross from Neil Eardley towards the corner of the penalty area. Ryan Haynes falls to ground and stayed down with an apparent head injury. The referee again, I don't think he saw that as a foul, but he's concerned about Ryan Haynes, who's flat out, and it will be treatment for him. Having welcomed the contested drop ball earlier, I wouldn't welcome one there. No. In the Premier League, Burnley now 2-0 up against Swansea through Ashley Barnes, and Liverpool 2 up against Southampton. Mohamed Salah has got his second goal. Here, 1-0 to Lincoln City. Nuneaton Town and Leamington both lead by a goal to nil in their respective games, both through penalties. It's Haynes still flat out, a little worrying. He's just got one physio looking after him at the moment, and you can see he's just beginning to bring himself to a seated position. And the referee just checking with him, may have to go off if it's a head injury. Wales lead Georgia 10-3, and England lead Australia 6-0 in the respective rugby union internationals. And the referee is carrying the ball. It's going to be a drop ball, but
a good distance away from
I suppose it's where it was when he stopped playing. I'm not sure what actually it was there, but that will be his theory. Anyway, again, there's a discussion going on about. Honestly, I think the Brexit discussions are sometimes easier than these ones about who should do what at the drop ball. It's Lincoln City who lobbed the ball forward. There is a Lincoln player half chasing the ball, but anyway, Rob McDonald is able to collect, and that's all just about worked out. And Ryan Haynes is able to come back on, which is the good news. He's straight back on. Max Biama flicks the ball on, doesn't find Jody Jones. There is Chris Stokes on the bench should Haynes be out, but I think Mark Robbins will want to have his attacking options available to him from the bench, with Jukes Nazzle and Jordan Ponticelli both there. And the team currently trading 1-0. Ryan Haynes was alert enough to shepherd that ball out for a Sky Blues throw. 10 yards from the corner flag on the Sky Blues left. Last couple of minutes should be a bit of stoppage time. 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. We've had 2 injury stoppages plus the goal. So still time for the Sky Blues to try and get something back before half-time. They've got a free kick. Michael Doyle pushed. And free kick taken quickly for the Sky Blues. They have it inside their own half with Tom Davis. Davis with the ball forward. Aim for Jody Jones to chase on the right. Has he been instructed off the ball there? Didn't look. Again, the Lincoln player wasn't looking at the ball at all, and it was Neil Eardley. It was just sort of running into Jody Jones. No attempt to chase the ball, which is going in a different direction. And Jones is complaining to the assistant referee, but the Sky Blues do get a throw in deep inside the Lincoln half. Jordan Willis to take it. Needs a bit of movement from the Sky Blues players. The referee just making sure Willis doesn't steal any more pace as he was sort of gradually shuffling his way forward. He throws the ball into the penalty area. It's flicked on by Biamo. Headed away. Michael for Shipley. Jody Jones back to goal. Squares it in. Hits a defender. Half-hearted handball appeals come from the Sky Blues crowd. And Lincoln rather untidily get the ball eventually out for a Sky Blues throw.
Well, the City ending with their tails up. Nervy times in the Lincoln penalty area. And Biamo again winning the headers. He's done that all game.
I suspect that's why he's been selected. So last minute of the first half, the throw in, to pass from Kelly was overhit. Willis managed to get to it but couldn't really control the cross, and it's cleared. And Lincoln now play the ball high into the Sky Blues half. Rob McDonald watches it carefully, gets a header onto the ball. It will go out for a Lincoln City throw in right by the Lincoln dugout. They lead by 1-0. Neil Eardley to take the throw. We're about to find out how much stoppage time there is in this first half. Not without promise for the Sky Blues, but they struggle to score goals and they're trailing by 1-0. The throw in down the line, flicked on. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be played. Lincoln have gained a bit of territory, have a throw in halfway inside the Sky Blues half, and Jordan Willis is there again to clear it. It's gone out for a throw, this time about level with the Sky Blues penalty area. Second goal now will be a real sucker punch for the Sky Blues after they really looked to be getting back into the game. And the throw in is taken towards the byline. Matt Reid challenged by Michael Doyle near the corner flag, and Doyle lets it run. It's picked up by Lincoln again. That's gone out for a Sky Blues throw. Good work from Michael Doyle. In the Premier League, a second equaliser for Everton, for Umar Nayez. It's 2-2 there now between Crystal Palace and Everton, and Manchester City are 1-0 up at Leicester through Gabriel Jesus. In League 2, Forest Green Rovers have equalised against Crewe. That one is at 1-1. Sky Blues trail by 1-0. And the throw in down the line, it's another throw for the Sky Blues just inside the Lincoln City half. Have played and a minute and a half of the 3 minutes of first half stoppage time. Time for one more attack before half time, perhaps, for the Sky Blues. Max Biamo again gets his head to the ball. It's scrambled clear. There's Rob McDonald with a header, finds Max Biamo. Biamo to Kelly, first side ball to Jody Jones. Plenty of defenders in front of him. Jones now moves this way and then that, and then cuts in. Shoots us a good shot. It's tipped over the bar. Second one, the keeper's had to tip over his own bar, and the Sky Blues get a corner.
Wonderful play by Jody Jones. That's the best that he's done all half. Not to say that he hasn't done anything, but just ghosting past a couple of defenders and forcing the tip over.
Well, it's Shipley now with the corner, left-footed towards the far post. It's a bit overhit. Ken McNulty looked like he was being pulled there. He probably wouldn't have reached it anyway, but I'll lay money that Mark Robbins will be urging the referee to watch that in the second half. Because when the ball's coming across McNulty, the defender appears to be trying to exchange shirts with him. Anyway, it's a goal kick to Lincoln. Corner a little bit wasted. In the Championship, Villa have equalised against QPR. They're at 1-1 now. And here, still 1-0 to Lincoln City. The Sky Blues win possession. Might be still time for one more effort before half-time, but the ball is clear back. It might be Lincoln to get the last attack, and Tom Davis has forced to volley the ball out for a Lincoln City throw-in. We are just a few seconds away from 3 minutes stoppage time having been played, and the referee decides that's enough. And at half-time, it's Lincoln City who have the lead, but the Sky Blues have been in the game. Not much reaction from the Sky Blues supporters away to our right. Lincoln scoring through Matt Reid. The Sky Blues have been largely long-range efforts. They've had a couple of balls played in close range. No one able to get on the end of it. McNulty getting closest when he had an effort blocked by the keeper. And there was the one from the corner too, where Rob McDonald forced a great save out of the keeper. And other than that, it's been long-range shots. A couple tipped over the bar. One from Jones, one from Kelly. But at half-time, it is Lincoln City 1, Coventry City 0. Here are the half-time thoughts on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire of Martin Winch.
Well, the pace has kept up throughout the match. Both sides looking to try and get the goals this afternoon. That said, not many chances in the opening 15. Second 15, though, that really was the home sides. That's when they started getting the chances. That's when they got the goal. The Sky Blues will be disappointed with that. Yes, they've had nervous moments inside the penalty area, and Lincoln will think they were deserving of taking that lead. But the manner of the goal, Matt Reid, he's 6'3", he's as wide as he is tall, but he was unmarked and he was able just to tap home at the back post. Disappointing with the defending on that. Since then, the Sky Blues really took the game to Lincoln. Shots from the edge of the area by the likes of Shipley, Biamu, Kelly, Jones also as well, but that's the trouble. They're all from the edge of the area. They're not really getting those chances inside the 6-yard box. The one that was inside the 6-yard box fell to defender Rod McDonald from a corner. I've been impressed with him. I know the Sky Blues are a goal down, but I think he's played well with Tom Davis next to him this afternoon. Biamu, again, he's winning all the headers. I certainly think if the Sky Blues can just make sure that they're in position to win the knockdowns from Biamu. And, well, Haynes on the left-hand side, he's been providing some attacks as well. So, overall, the Sky Blues haven't done too badly, but it's just that same old thing. They're just not scoring.
Yeah, not a problem that Luton Town are having this afternoon. They've just gone 4-0 up against Cambridge United. Luton 4, Cambridge 0. 1-0 here to Lincoln City, 1-0 to the home team. It's a similar story at our non-league fixtures, I think. Let's start at Nuneaton Town against Curzon Ashton. Is this going to be the first win under Dino, Dave Sharp?
Well, so far so good, Clive. Nuneaton have the lead here at the break after scoring the 19th minute penalty, and the home team had survived a couple of early scares before the spot kick was awarded for handball, which was duly converted by Ashley Chambers. Nuneaton have certainly been the better of the two sides and should really be further in front, but T and Nicholson have both fluffed good chances. At the other end, though, goalkeeper Dean Linus is in good form. He's made a couple of smart saves, but defensively, Nuneaton certainly look much more robust and well organised since Dino Marmria took charge of the side. A decent but unspectacular first half for Nuneaton. It's Nuneaton Town 1, Curzon Ashton 0.
So far so good for Nuneaton Town. What about Leamington? Could do with a win against Spennymoor United. Here's Brian Holford.
So far so good, Clive. It's Leamington 1, Spennymoor 0. The breaks ahead against the National League North in-form team. They lead through Colby Bishop's 27th minute penalty, a goal which was deserved reward for the recalled striker who's filled his lone role up front manfully. It was Bishop's knockdown which Joe Clark was chasing when he was clipped by goalkeeper Jordan Porter to concede the penalty, and Bishop made no mistake from the spot. It's a tight game of few chances, though Tony Breeden had to make one excellent save to deny Daniel Foley from close range in the 21st minute. With two pacey wingers, Spennymoor are dangerous, but Leamington have dealt with them so far, and with Kane Felix lively on the left, they also pose a threat. It's an intriguing game. Leamington 1, Spennymoor 0.
So far so good for the Nuneaton Town and for Leamington, and also for a number of non-league clubs actually, because Stratford Town are 1-0 up at Tiverton Town in the Southern Premier League. Bedworth United lead Lincoln United 2-0. If only the Sky Blues are playing Lincoln United instead of Lincoln City. Bedworth are 2-0 up against them in the Northern Premier League South. In the Midland Premier League, it's Wolfronians 0, Coventry Sphinx 1, but that is a slightly delayed kick-off there, so they're running a bit late in that game. Coventry United 2, Long Eaton United 0, Hawkerman 2, Rugby Town 3. It's only first half there by the sounds of things, and Loughborough 0, Coeshill 1. On your text, 81333, start your text CW. Just how much of this trash have we got to take under Robbins, says Tom. Dan from Wellington saying, really struggling to understand Robbins' starting lineup. Powder Puff up front, and he says McNumpty, as he calls them, off Jelly on. Ridiculous front line, couldn't hit a barn door from 12 yards. On the tweets, Adrian says absolute garbage. Why Roberts keeps sticking with McNulty? He offers nothing. We're slowly but surely dropping down the table. Mark Roberts is too defensive for me, and it won't change. Need to start the second half with Nazom and Ponticelli. In terms of where the Sky Blues are dropping down the table at the moment on the as it stands table, they are 9th. Although a draw would actually lift them back up to 7th, and a win could lift them up to 5th. But that's where they are at the moment on the as it stands table. I'll go through all the scores for you in a moment. You can text 81333, start your text CW. Tweet us at BBC Cove Walks. You can call us at the end of the game on 0345 900 5200. So the scores from elsewhere. We'll start in the Premier League, and my computer would stop being annoying, but then computers always are, aren't they? So in the Premier League earlier, Arsenal beating Tottenham by 2-0 through Mustafi and Sanchez. Mixed news for Bournemouth against Huddersfield. Great news for Callum Wilson, who's coming back from injury. He scored twice for them, but they have had Simon Francis sent off just before half-time. So they're down to 10 men, but Bournemouth lead Huddersfield by 2-0. Burnley lead Swansea 2-0. Jack Cork on target for Burnley, the former Sky Blues loanee. Crystal Palace 2, Everton 2. Palace ahead twice, including in the first minute. MacArthur and Wilfried Zaha scoring their goals. A Leighton Baines penalty and the hours just before half-time, getting Everton back level twice. Manchester City 1 up at Leicester through Gabriel Jesus. Liverpool lead Southampton 2-0. Mohamed Salah scoring both the goals. And West Bromwich Albion 0, Chelsea 3. Morata, Eden Hazard and Alonso scoring from Chelsea. It's going to break off because one of the guests of honours here is the former Sky Blues and indeed Lincoln City forward, Darren Huckabee, who's out there in the middle at the moment, and he's just been interviewed over the tannoy. So Darren Huckabee, one of the guests of honours here at Lincoln City, just talking to the crowd at the moment. The League Two latest scores: Accrington Stanley against Newport, Chesterfield against Exeter and Colchester against Morecambe are all goalless. Forest Green Rovers and Crewe are at 1-1. Grimsby and Carlisle are goalless. Luton, though, are hammering Cambridge 4-0 at half-time. Mansfield leads Stevenage by 1-0. Notts County against Cheltenham is 1-1. Port Vale 0, Barnet 0, Wickham 0, Crawley 0, and Yeovil leads Swindon by 1-0. So the as it stands table sees the Sky Blues in 9th place. They would drop 3 places to 9th as things stand. As I say, if they could get a draw, that would get them back to 7th place on goal difference, and a win would potentially get them to 5th place, 4 points behind the top 3. Luton are going top of the table as things stand at the moment on 35 points. The Sky Blues need to bring it back in the second half. A tweet here from let me just call himself British boy. I can't say my thoughts, it's too explicit. Well, thank you for not telling us them then. But Atul says Roberts needs to make changes now, bring on the strikers. He has played the cautious approach, but now needs to get the better strikers on. And Rob in Lincoln, he says go now, Sisu, go now, Robbins. As the first half went on, the Sky Blues were getting closer to scoring, Martin. So I wonder whether Mark Robbins might delay it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a list of who's had shots from the edge of the area. There was a lot of them. Shipley, Biamu, Kelly, Jones. So 3 of those are your front 4. Only McNulty, he actually had a chance inside the penalty area and he was sliding in. So everyone's had an opportunity to try and get the goal for the Sky Blues, but they've only really had 1 opportunity each, and most of those, as I say, being on the edge of the area. Max Biamu, I think, has been having a good game. I know he's the one that will have come in for Ponticelli, but I think he's winning all the headers. It's just whether people can get onto those knockdowns, get onto those flick-ons, you know, that sort of second phase of the play maybe. We'll have to see, but as I say at the start, I wouldn't have been surprised if Ponticelli and Nazon come on with a good 20 minutes or so to go. Maybe that's all could well still all be part of Robbins' plan. Maybe not going 1-0 down.
I mean, in fairness to Robbins, as you said, you could, if he was thinking play Biama because he can win things in the air against the Slickers and side, well, he has done that. So there is a certain logic to that.
Yep, and don't forget, Biama was playing against the likes of Lincoln last year for Sutton, so he's probably a bit more adept to playing those, you know, the more physical games. Yes, Jordan Ponticelli, I think, will be a very physical player. He's got the build for it, but he is still young, so he's still learning his game. So that may have been another factor in why Robbins opted to go with Biamu.
Craig says on Twitter, heading for 1 win in 7 in the 4th tier, soul destroying. And Wayne says Coventry City 0, another 45 minutes of goalless, exciting football. And Andy on the text, Biama, McNulty have not done what they were brought in for, and that's score goals. A third of the way through the season, and Robbins has left his proven goal scorers on the bench. The Duke and Ponticelli should have started. 4 unhappy season ticket holders from Kidderminster. It's the Sky Blues live on BBC Coventry in Warwickshire. Coming up the second half from here at Stinsel Bank. At half-time, it's Slickers City 1, Coventry City 0.
Getting you talking.
First time I've ever rang the show, but I had to today because I feel really proud of them. I'm so passionate for the city.
Getting the news. Black cab drivers in Coventry telling us they're being put out of work.
It seems to get worse day by day.
Getting your stories.
Did a YTS, £25 a week.
Did you make it stretch?
I managed to buy a cow and 2 cars after so many months.
Getting your day off to a great start.
So it's 8.3%.
Oh, that went straight to the afro.
Getting you up weekday mornings. The Breakfast Show with Trisha Doodoo.
I'm back Monday morning from 6.
The Sky Blues Live.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire from Sinsel-Bank Sky Blues Trail. A 1-0. Why is Ponticelli always on the bench, says Will. McNulty isn't offering us a goal threat. In rugby union, England lead Australia 6-0 at half-time, so it sounds like a tight game at Twickenham. Wales are leading Georgia by 13 points to 6. No game for Cov today. Wasps are in action, and we'll have commentary on this on digital DAB from around about 4:45, so 5:15 I should say. So if you want to listen to the Sky Blues phone in, you'll need to follow it on FM 94.8, 103.7 and 104 FM, or online on the Listen Live link, because we'll have Wasps on digital DAB. They're up against Newcastle in the Aviva Premiership, and Jeff Foster's already there at the Ricoh Arena, and back to Premiership action for Wasps, who should be in a slightly better frame of mind than they were a few weeks ago.
Yes, hopefully that they are, and they can revive their Premiership campaign, which at the moment has stuttered to start with this season, against a Newcastle team who surprising quite a few people with some decent results already today. One surprise result in the Premiership, Worcester 30, Northampton 15. And I thought it was a huge surprise in the international fixtures, where it read Scotland 17, New Zealand 15, and then I just realised it was the time of the kick-off rather than the score. But so that one's one to look forward to, perhaps. But no, Wasps, interesting partnership in the centre for Wasps this evening here at the Ricoh Arena. 5:15 kick-off, remember. Wanda Young and Carl Eastman tee up in the centre. Eastman coming back from an injury, and Young really hasn't got his Wasps career up and running as yet. So it'll be good to see how those two play together. It'll be a tough game for Wasps. I'm sure they appreciate that. And Dean Richards, the former England number 8, the now director of rugby with the Falcons, he's got the team playing well, and a good front five, and a driver, a back row that are very impressive as well. So it will be a huge test on the Wasps team. Of course, they're without Elliot Daly, Nathan Hughes in the England setup. So and Joe Laundry, of course. So interesting game ahead of us. 5:15 kickoff.
Jeff, thank you very much indeed. Jeff Foster will be with Richard Moon at the Ricoh Arena for that. So remember, if you want to follow the Sky Blues, phone him. You'll need to be listening to FM 94.8, 103.7 and 104 FM. On the text, Ross says it's only 1-0 down. The Sky Blues will come back and win 3-1. Well, I certainly haven't given this one up yet, Martin, because I still think, despite the criticisms, the Sky Blues have been looking more of a threat as the game's gone on.
Yeah, and it took that going a goal down to really kickstart their chances. I mean, certainly they went 1-0 down, and within a minute Shipley was having his effort. It was stinging the gloves of Josh Vickers. The only criticism is the fact that most of the opportunities have fallen outside the penalty area.
But there have been, I mean, there's been the corner that Rob McDonald nearly got on the end of. There's been a couple of balls hit across the 6-yard box. Obviously they've got to go in, but they're knocking on the door.
They are. But no one's willing to open it yet.
No. Well, let's see if they can do it in the second half. No changes at half-time for the Sky Blues. One imagines that Mark Robbins will be thinking of them as the half goes on, but he's stuck with the 11 that played in the first half. The Sky Blues trailing by 1-0, facing almost certainly dropping out of the playoff places if they don't win. A draw might be enough to keep them in them. It's Lincoln City then to kick off. Kicking towards the Sky Blues fans. I think actually I said a draw at the moment will get the Sky Blues in 7th. I think actually we're getting them to 6th because they would stay above Lincoln, so they'll be where they were when they started. However, they've got to find that equaliser, and also not concede the other end. Lincoln, when they got forward, have threatened. But here's Jody Jones for the Sky Blues. His pass to Rob McDonald, who was slightly on the back foot, but does get to it and then plays a high ball out towards the right wing. McNulty wins it there, does well. McNulty now, a little back heel to Jody Jones. Jones with a cross, looking for Biama, but just a little overhit. Cross from deep, and the keeper's able to collect. So,
I want to see if McNulty was certainly wider right than Jones for that move, so whether they've switched at all.
Well, Jones is also on the right at the moment. They're both on the right, so maybe it looks like they might have almost gone to more of a 4-4-2 here with Jones and Shipley on the wings, and McNulty maybe drifting, and maybe they think Robbins thinks he can get some joy on the right. They did threaten down that right hand side at times towards half time, so he tinkered with the formation a little bit but not changed the personnel. The ball is played long by Lincoln City. It comes off Matt Reed's header, goes backwards, and it might run for Jody Jones. It might not just push to the back and it stay down hurt. Jody Jones collects it on the right wing meanwhile, and it's running towards the penalty area. Jody Jones in the area now, defenders all around him, and one of them does take the ball off him and managed to clear it off Jones and out for a Sky Blues throw. McNulty, of course, wasn't up in support because he's flat out injured. He's getting up gingerly now. Might have been a bit winded. In the Premier League, goal early in the second half for Manchester City for Kevin De Bruyne. They lead 2-0 at Leicester, and Chesterfield, who are beginning to produce some results at the bottom, they lead Exeter by 1-0. That's a bit of a turn up in League Two. Throw in for Lincoln City down the line. That was a that was a foul on the Sky. It was a really silly foul actually. It's given the Sky Blues a free kick. It was Liam Kelly was just pulled to the ground for no obvious reason.
Ball going in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Sky Blues get a free kick then deep inside the Lincoln half. A chance to get the ball into the danger area. And it's Jordan Shipley and Jody Jones over the ball. Every Lincoln man is back to defend it. Jones runs away from the ball. Shipley left-footed delivery. It's headed away a little too easily. Michael Doyle heads it down for Ryan Haynes, who'll try and feed Shipley. Shipley again. He plays the ball towards the edge of the area from deep, and it might come from Biamo here. Bob McDonald's header. Biamo charges down the attempted clearance. Oh, and then Lincoln are lucky to get away with a miss-hit clearance. And now they counter-attack though, and the Sky Blues are stretched here as Lincoln charge forward, but Ryan Haynes makes the block. And Arnold didn't make the best of that for Lincoln, and the Sky Blues get away with it, but that's going to happen, I suppose, as this half goes on. The Sky Blues are going to get caught on the break. Liam Kelly with a lob forward, and that's headed down by Lincoln. And they play the ball inside the Sky Blues half. It's Jordan Willis now forward for the Sky Blues. That's into touch for a Lincoln City throw. 1-0 to Lincoln still. Throw into Lincoln halfway inside their own half. Backridge is standing 0, Newport 1. Frank Newblay, other former Sky Blues player, to score today. He scored there. Barnsley equalised against Norwich in the Championship. Here's Michael Doyle for the Sky Blues. Finds Jody Jones. Back to Doyle. Doyle, good ball to McNulty. McNulty with Shipley to his left. He plays it towards Shipley. He may let it run for Ryan Haynes. Haynes picks it up on the left wing. Haynes with a cross, looking for Biamo. It's headed away. And it doesn't come to Jody Jones. He's putting the defender under pressure, but it's kicked out for a Sky Blues throw.
Starting positively the second half, the Sky Blues, they've got to take the game to Lincoln. They trail by 1-0. Haven't created any goal-scoring chances in the opening 5 of this second half, but play certainly towards the Lincoln goal away to our left.
Liam Kelly forward. Jody Jones tries to work it out to the right wing, where Jordan Willis was up, but he couldn't get the ball to him. But it will be another Sky Blues throw. Willis up to take the throw, just about level with the penalty area. He throws it back towards the halfway line to Tom Davis. He plays it to Rob McDonald. McDonald's ball out to Ryan Haynes on the left. Haynes, a nice 1-2 with Jordan Shipley. Ryan Haynes on the left wing. He's tackled. Both teams appeal for it. The verdict goes Lincoln City's way. A throw in for Lincoln City.
And substitution, Nazon's coming on. Dukes and Nazon, yeah. McNulty off.
Dukes Nazon to come on for Mark McNulty. Then, so the first change made by Mark Robbins 5 minutes into the second half, though the referee actually doesn't appear to be allowing it straight away, which the Sky Blues bench is a bit mystified about. They are doing now. McNulty off and Dukes Nazon on. And so Nazon, the Sky Blues top scorer, now on. Try and unlock this Lincoln defence. Lincoln won a free kick there deep inside the Sky Blues half, but the referee judges that Rob McDonald was within the laws as he sort of almost went through the back of Lincoln City forward Matt Green. Throw into the Sky Blues inside their own half, still trailing by 1-0. The throw back to Lee Birch, was put under a little bit of pressure there, but did eventually get the ball. And now a foul on Max Biamo, which the Sky Blues have not liked. Dukes Nazon is saying that was an elbow. How's the referee going to interpret this? Danny Cowley's having to go at Max Biamo, accusing him of play acting. It is a yellow card. I think it's Sean Raggett, I think it is, isn't it? No,
Dickey.
It's not.
Rob Dickey.
Rob Dickey has got the yellow card. And Biamo on his feet now. Well, Danny Cowley was close to it, the Lincoln manager. He wasn't happy, but yellow card seems probably the right decision from the referee. And the Sky Blues take the free kick. Michael Dorff finds Nazon in space. Again, he caught Lincoln napping with a quick free kick there. The defences recovered, but Nazon still has it. He'll shoot. Oh, it's a brilliant save. Brilliant one-handed save. From this angle, that looked like it was heading for the top corner. But Josh Vickers somehow managed to parry it round the post for a corner.
Nazon back to goal outside the penalty area. Turns 2 defenders as the shot tipped round the post. What an impact.
Well, Danny Cowley's complaining. I'll come back to that in a minute. The corner from Shipley. Oh, it's headed towards goal and saved. It was a great chance. And it was Tom Davis, I think, who couldn't get enough power behind the header. And it all seemed to happen in slow motion, but the keeper was able to save. The Sky Blues so close twice to scoring. Danny Cowley's complaint was that the referee hadn't blown his whistle for that quick free kick, because he doesn't have to blow the whistle. He has to give a signal, but that signal can be almost anything. But anyway, it didn't matter in the end. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Crawley 0 in League 2, and Notts County have regained the lead. For the second time they've led against Cheltenham, they lead 2-1. And in the Championship, Sunderland have equalised against Millwall, they're 2-2. here. The Sky Blues so close to an equaliser, but it still won't come. They trail by a goal to nil. And Lincoln have it now in a forward position. Ryan Haynes clears it away. It's a knock back forward for Lincoln. And now Michael Doyle up towards the halfway line. Headed forward by Lincoln. Headed away. Leamington now leads Spennymoor by 2 goals to nil. Corey Bishop has scored Leamington's second goal, having got the first from the penalty spot. Jody Jones for the Sky Blues, inside his own half, but on a run. He's into the centre circle, he crosses the halfway line, reverse pass looking for Biamo, just hits a defender, and then is scrambled away for a Sky Blues throw, level with the Lincoln penalty area.
Looking a little nervous at the back are Lincoln at the moment. They defend this goal lead. Nazon seems to have had the desired impact.
While Nazon now has it, came closest to scoring, he gives it to Doyle. Doyle with a shot, and that one was a little wild and out for a goal kick. Notts County have suddenly taken hold of their game. They lead Cheltenham 3-1 now. Crewe are 2-1 up at Forest Green Rovers, and Hull City now lead Ipswich 2-1. They've come from behind there in the Championship. Lincoln City 1, Coventry City 0. Can the Sky Blues find an equaliser? Was an outstanding save from the keeper. He's made a few saves. That was his best to deny Jukes Nazon. As long as it's 1-0, I think the Sky Blues will fancy their chances. The fear is they could get caught on the break. Max Biamo now plays it back to Jordan Shipley. Shipley to Liam Kelly. There's space for Jody Jones. Kelly finds him now. And Jones down the right-hand side. Plays it to Michael Doyle, returns it to Jody Jones, who's 25 yards out, thought about a shot, now does fire it in. Again, the keeper says, well, I think it was going wide, but probably for a corner, because it hit the defender in front of Jones, but the keeper scrambled across and saved well. Leamington still lead 2-0 against Spennymoor, but Tony Breeden has saved a penalty for them. So things are going nicely for Leamington at the moment. And the Sky Blues get that equaliser more than 10 minutes into the second half now. Shipley trying to break down the left-hand side. Ball's taken off him, but comes to Kelly. Liam Kelly now out to the right to Jordan Willis. Willis plays it back to Tom Davis. Davis inside his own half. Out to McDonald. McDonald is brought down. Free kick to Coventry City on the halfway line. And it's taken quickly by Michael Doyle. Finds Liam Kelly. Kelly forward to Jukes Nazon. Nazon's ball's a bit overhit back for Doyle, so that's knocked the Sky Blues back a bit, but they still have it. Tom Davis now striding forward. Infield to Liam Kelly. The ball's played over the top. Jordan Willis now getting forward more and more. He has it on the right wing, and he's won a corner for the Sky Blues. Their second of the second half, their fifth of the game. Out on that right.
It's been all Coventry.
It has.
In this second half so far.
Still no goal. Jordan Shipley with a corner. Jukes Nazon in the most advanced position. And the corner is aimed towards Max Biamo. Headed away by Bostwick. Headed down for Michael Doyle. Doyle with a volley. That's charged down. Appeals for handball. Not given. And the ball is a nice reverse pass to Liam Kelly. Kelly goes past his man, but it's just scrambled away by a defender. Sky Blues come again. Ryan Haynes forward. That's cleared. And now Lincoln City may have a chance to break, although they're a bit ponderous. And a good tackle from Michael Doyle puts the Sky Blues back on the offensive. It's Jody Jones to Doyle. Doyle now forward to Biamo. Biamo out to the right to Jones. Jones to Kelly. Kelly now outside the area. Defender slips. Kelly shoots. Michael Bostwick blocks. Well, a miscued clearance from Lincoln. The ball is just outside the area. Doyle heads it out to the right to Jody Jones. Jones now in the corner of the area. Left-footed shot got underneath it. And that's out for a goal kick. That's a disappointing end to a promising spell from the Sky Blues.
Yeah, the Sky Blues bossing midfield out at the moment, and someone who's been catching my eye in this second half, Jordan Shipley, range of passing and just the quickness of thought. He's very good footballing brain on young shoulders. as Jordan Shipley, but certainly Kelly and Doyle really bossing things, and Boswick, well, he was quite immense in the middle of the first half in long spells, but fairly quiet in the second half.
It's Lincoln trying to tackle the right hand side, a foul on Ryan Haynes there. Nuneaton Town, I'm afraid, are conceded an equaliser. Nuneaton Town 1, Curzon Ashton 1. Leamington still lead 2-0 against Spennymoor. In the Championship, Aston Villa have come from behind. 2 goals from Albert Adoma. They lead QPR by 2-1. Sky Blues trail by 1-0. They've dominated this second half to no avail so far, and it's headed forward by McDonald. Volley clear from Lincoln City, and that will be picked up by Lincoln deep inside the Sky Blues half. Matt Green has it for them. Ryan Hayes challenges him. The assistant referee decides that was a foul. Tom Davis is a bit annoyed with Ryan Hayes. I think he felt he had control of the situation. Haynes jumped in and just was a little clumsy. And it's a free kick now, about 5 metres from the corner flag. This would be really hard for the Sky Blues to recover from, having dominated the first 15 minutes of the second half and not scored. If they were to concede now, I worry for what impact it might have on them on the pitch.
And just the manner in which they conceded this free kick, so clumsy.
A remarkable story at Leamington, where Tony Breeden's now saved 2 penalties in the space of 6 minutes. Leamington still lead 2-0 against Spennymoor. This free kick then is whipped across towards the far post and has to be headed out for a corner. The free kick taken by Neil Eardley, and Lincoln get their first corner of the second half. It's Max Biamo who managed to get it out for a corner. On the left, the Sky Blues fans behind that goal wishing the ball away. Jukes Nazon stands on the halfway line waiting for a possible break for the Sky Blues. Lincoln have kept 2 men back. In goes the corner. Oh, it's only half punched by Lee Burgeon. There was half a chance there for Reid, but he couldn't control it. And the ball hasn't gone out, and the Sky Blues have it inside their area. Everyone stopped for a moment. They cleared up towards the halfway line. Max Biamo now. Good ball from him under pressure to find Jordan Shipley in space. Shipley out looking for Jody Jones on the right. It's a great ball for Jody Jones. On the right wing, Nazon and Shipley waiting. So's Biamo. Jones shoots, scores into the bottom corner. And the goal the Sky Blues have threatened in this second half has deservedly come. And it's come from Jody Jones. It was a terrific ball turn from Jordan Shipley in the first place. And then Jones, who had options to cross, went for the low shot into the bottom corner, and Coventry City score. They are level. It's Lincoln City 1, Coventry City 1.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire, loving every Sky Blues goal.
Well, it's all been the Sky Blues in the 30 minutes since they conceded that first goal. Half an hour into the first half, they finished the first half really strongly. They've come out even stronger in this second half, and what a move from defence into attack. Biamu was involved. It was a lovely layoff to Shipley, and then Shipley's pass to Jones. Still had a lot to do, and boy, we know how he likes cutting in from the right hand side and using his left to bend the ball in, and that's what he did.
The Sky Blues have conceded a free kick. It has been a clash of heads, 2 players down. Michael Doyle is furious. It's a free kick in a dangerous position. Sky Blues desperately don't want to give this away now, so soon after going level. Jody Jones becomes the Sky Blues joint top scorer in the league with 5. Jukes Nazem also has 5 in the league. He of course has got a couple of one other goal in the cup competitions. It is the Sky Blues man, I'm not sure who it is, who stayed down. Michael Dunn having a conversation with the referee. Unhappy that the referee has interpreted that as a foul, and a Lincoln free kick. In the Premier League, Chelsea now 4-0 up at West Bromwich Albion. Is the latest score there. Latest, Eden Hazard has got his second goal. So Lincoln City with a free kick. The Sky Blues at 1-1, but under threat immediately here.
Jordan Shipley it was, the man who picked up the injury and to go off.
He'll have to leave the field now because, of course, according to the referee, he wasn't fouled, therefore he has to go off. That means the Sky Blues defend this corner with 10 men.
So no Nazan on the halfway line for this
No,
one.
he'd come back to be a one-man wall. Neil Eardley will take the free kick. This, you feel, is vital the Sky Blues keep this out. And Eardley, former Birmingham City player, very experienced player, looks at the yellow ball. He's got yellow boots to match. He curls it in. It's a good delivery. It's hit the bar from the header. And the rebound is saved by Burge. And Lickett was so close to regaining the lead. It was a great free kick, but the header cannoned off the bar. A break for the Sky Blues. And now they try to take advantage with a counter-attack. It goes out for a throw-in. Well, a bit of good fortune for once, perhaps, Coventry City might feel, because Lickett were desperately unlucky not to score there.
Yeah, almost a free header inside the Sky Blues penalty area. Great delivery from the free kick. Header off the bar, and then, well, I thought Burge was very close to being behind the line when he got the second one. But I can't really tell from this area, from this angle. Certainly the official in a better position.
Well, Sky Blues fans behind that goal were mighty relieved to see the goal rattle. It's probably still shaking. It was a thunderous header.
I'm still shaking.
Sky Blues. Ryan, that's a cold. Ryan Haynes has taken the throw, got it back from Nazon. Nazon trying to win the ball, does well. Has got through a couple of defenders, gets a bit of support from Kelly, who finds Michael Doyle. Doyle out to Jordan Willis, who's still up there. Jody Jones now. Jones moving down the right, trying to get a cross in, but couldn't keep it in. The crowd I don't know whether Jody Jones celebrated that goal a bit enthusiastically, but he's suddenly getting booed.
I think he was maybe getting goaded at the start of the second half, and having celebrated, he kind of turned to them. I don't think he gestured, maybe a little wink or something like that.
Fans apparently allowed to say what they like, players can't, but there we are. Another former Sky Blues player has scored today. There's going to be a free kick into the Sky Blues, and there's going to be a yellow card as well to Matt Green. The referee felt he was using his arms a bit too much, so Matt Green will get a yellow card. Cody McDonald has scored, playing his football for AFC Wimbledon at the moment, and he's scored for them. They lead 3-0 at Bristol Rovers. Liverpool now 3-0 up against Southampton through Philip Coutinho. Now then, I'm going to have to look something up here. Press Association is saying that a certain Callan Thomas has scored for Solihull Moors. I wonder whether they mean Kwame, who's on loan there. I'll just have to check now to see whether there is a Callan Thomas. I think there is. Yeah, there is. So there we are. So it's not Kwame. But anyway, his team has scored. Maybe he set it up.
Everyone knows he's a versatile defender, this Callum Thomas.
It's a free kick to Lincoln, just outside their penalty area. 1-1 here. 24 minutes to go for either side to win this game. A draw, I think, particularly since they were behind, would not be a bad result for the Sky Blues, but could they go one better to and win the game? England have got a try, and Elliot Daly, the Wasps man, has got it. They lead by 13 points to 3. Swindon have equalised against Yeovil, which can keep them above the Sky Blues in the table. Actually, I think the Sky Blues could still overtake them with a win, but anyway, it's Yeovil 1, Swindon 1 there now in League 2. So free kick. As things stand, a draw would get the Sky Blues into 8th place, just outside the playoff places. The ball is flicked forward and scrambled away. The Sky Blues win it again. Max Biamo, Jukes Nazon now, good turn into the area, tries to go past two men, he goes over, but I think he just lost his balance. I don't think, in fairness to him, he was even looking for a penalty there. He didn't ask for it. Some of the crowd feel he made a meal of that, but I think he just genuinely lost his balance, and the ball rolls out for a goal kick.
He can just turn defenders just when you think he shouldn't be taking the ball with him. He goes past them. Fantastic. Twice he's done it in this second half since coming on.
Well, you know, dare I say it, the Sky Blues are possibly looking the more likely now to potentially win this game. But here are Lincoln City, as I say that, with a cross. Oh, Burge does well to save at the feet as the cross came in. Forward challenge for it, and Burge throws it straight out to Jody Jones, who's now the pantomime villain here and loses possession. That's gone down well with the home crowd, but Jones wins it back. Jones now for the Sky Blues. Races over the halfway line. He's still going. Jody Jones out to the right to Biamo. Biamo fires a shot in. It's blocked. And will go out for a Sky Blues throw. Great run from Jody Jones. Biamo with a throw to Liam Kelly. Kelly fires in. Jones tries to turn on the ball inside the penalty area, but just ricocheted off him and went out for a goal kick. 1-1 here. Lincoln are going to make a substitution, and it's the former Nuneaton Town man who's going to come on, Elliot Whitehouse.
The goal scorer.
Joined, he got 19 goals in 44 games for Nuneaton, and he replaces Matt Reed, the scorer, so it's straight swap. Different sort of player. Be interesting to see how he fares in League 2. Carlisle have taken the lead at Grimsby. Clint Hill, the scorer of the goal. They must be 46. Goal kick. I saw his debut when he was a teenager. It's the Sky Blues in possession inside their own half. Over the top ball for Max Biamo. Biamo on his own tries to win it. It's headed back to the keeper, and Biamo gives chase, almost gets there, but it's gathered by the keeper. 21 minutes to go. Lincoln City 1, Coventry City 1. A punt upfield from the keeper, and it bounces inside the Sky Blues half, and a miscue pass, and Lincoln fans get frustrated. It's a throw into the Sky Blues. Inside their own half. Throwing down the line. And it comes off a Lincoln head, but there's Nazon that gets it. Oh, and Jody Jones has gone past the defender. It's a chance here for Jody Jones. Oh, he's in straight at the keeper, and then puts the rebound against the bar. And now Nazon scores. The Sky Blues score at third attempt. Jody Jones got the wrong side of the defender. His first ever parry by the keeper. His second hit the bar. And Juice Nazon was there to blast the rebound into the net. And as they did at Swindon, the Sky Blues have come from behind to take the lead away from home. It's Lincoln City 1, Coventry City 2, Juice Nazon.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire. Loving every Sky Blues goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. That's what the Sky Blues had to do twice. Jody Jones, breaking free behind the defence. It was a great move. He should have been the one that scored, but Josh Vickers equal to it. It rebounded, and Jones somehow managed to get another effort in, this time hitting the bar. As it came down to Dukes Nazon, he kept his cool and thumped it low into the bottom of the net.
Well, Dukes Nazon will just break off because Lincoln City are threatening here. They came back from the first goal very quickly, but the Sky Blues scrambling away. They've conceded a throw-in. It was a bit unfortunate, actually. Jordan Shipley is clear. It's hit Liam Kelly and goes out for a throw into the attacking position. But Dukes Nazon re-establishes himself now as the Sky Blues' top scorer in the league. Jody Jones was level briefly, but that's his 6th goal in the league, 7th in all competitions, so he's top scorer whichever way you look at it now.
Did Jones get an assist?
Well, if you count assists, he will, he counts them. Here's a diving header there from Tom Davis over his own bar and out for a corner. In the Premier League, despite being out of 10 men, Bournemouth are 3 up against Huddersfield. Harry Arter's got their 3rd. It's a corner to Lincoln City, though, so they're coming back quickly. Hit the bar from one set piece when it was 1-1, and Neil Eardley again will take this one on the right hand side. Juice Nazon is still staying up though for the Sky Blues. The corner, in it goes. Also another good delivery, but Tom Davis gets his head to it. They haven't got it away yet though. Max Biamo gets a header onto it, so does Shipley. It's out of the penalty area now, but it's got to come back. Tom Davis tries to head it away. Now Biamo, there must have been half a dozen headers in there. It's still though there for Lincoln City on the right hand side, and Ryan Hayes makes a tackle, and that's a Lincoln throw.
And then he gets an earful from Michael Doyle for kicking it out.
Yeah, it was did just about keep the ball away, but these are some good deliveries from Lincoln. They'll still fancy their chances with 17 and a half minutes to go.
Long throw now.
And a long throw now for the Sky Blues to deal with. In it goes. It's a bit of a deeper one. It's headed back down to the throw-in taker. Wasn't expecting it, but collects it now. And his cross, it's just too high for the forwards, the cross from Sean Long, and the Sky Blues just settled to whipping it away and into touch for another throw-in.
I think he took it off the man that was coming in behind, who would have been better placed to head it for Lincoln.
Lincoln now playing with real purpose and urgency, and they have it on the left wing. The Sky Blues may have to ride a bit of a storm here. Here's Elliot Whitehouse. He lays it off for Michael Bostwick, who shoots from distance, but Michael Doyle charges it down, and Rob McDonald clears. The Sky Blues will hope to get a chance to catch Lincoln on the break. They may need to, because Lincoln are threatening. But here's Dukes Nazon for Coventry City. Lincoln are going to bring another substitute on shortly. Jordan Shipley plays it for Nazon to chase, and Nazon almost got there. Defender just got there first and clears. And Lincoln now get to the Sky Blues half. That's headed back by Rod McDonald, and it might come here for Liam Kelly. The ball just ran away from him, but now Doyle finds Jody Jones. Jones in a central position. Jones now tries to squeeze it forward to Kelly. You think they'd learn not to boo him now, because he seems to play like a man possessed as they started booing him. But anyway, it's the Sky Blues having to deal with it inside their own half. Rob McDonald gets it away, not very well, but fortunately the header back was a poor one, and the Sky Blues keep possession. 16 minutes to go. Coventry City lead by 2-1. It's a belter of a game now. Max Biamo for the Sky Blues inside the Lincoln half. A little back heel for Liam Kelly. Kelly to Biamo. Out to the right to Jody Jones. Here's Kelly again. Sky Blues happy to keep it for a while. Jones now delivers it in towards the edge of the area. Headed away, and Lincoln can bring it away with a bit of purpose. And Lincoln up to the halfway line now. And it's with Sean Long. Long challenged by Shipley. And Lincoln want a foul and don't get it. Michael Doyle whips the ball away. Max Biamo up for it. Challenges Sean Raggett, but it comes back for Lincoln. And Lincoln now with Sean Long, they're right back getting forward more and more. He plays it to Elliot Whitehouse. He miscues his cross, so he slipped. And Lee Burgess grateful to land on the ball. Lincoln can't make the substitution yet because the ball hasn't gone out, but Cameron Stewart is ready to come on.
Yeah, this is going to feel like Kenilworth Road all again, I think.
Leamington have got another penalty. It's a game of 4 penalties now. Bishop, if he scores it, will complete his hat-trick. He's scored 1 penalty. Tony Breeden saved 2 at the other end. It's quite a game, and he has scored his hat-trick. Bishop has converted the penalty, so Leamington lead by 3-0. A tale of penalties there. No penalties here, but the Sky Blues lead 2-1, and Max Biamo's caught offside there. That must have been close. But assistant referee flagged, and we're going to see Cameron Stewart come on now, and he's going to replace
Nathan Arnold.
Elsewhere, it's Wycombe Wanderers 2, Crawley 0 now in League 2. Sky Blues lead 2-1 at Sinsel Still got 14 minutes to go, and you feel there could well be some more twists and turns in this game. But it's been a terrific fight back in the second half from the Sky Blues, who came out of the traps right from the start. Equalised through Jody Jones, then took the lead through Dukes Nazon, the substitute. Sky Blues clear from the edge of their own penalty area. Nazon tries to keep the ball, doesn't manage it, maybe lucky to get away with a high boot there. And Tom Davis clears the ball over. He does well to keep it in as Jody Jones, and Nazon runs onto it, trying to shrug off the defender, and he managed to get the shot in. It's well saved, but Jody Jones now with the rebound. Oh, he miscues that, and it's out for a goal kick. Nazon too strong for the defender, created half a chance for himself, but the keeper did well to come out and make the block.
Again, swift counter-attack by the Sky Blues, and Nazon having the shot, and Jones with the follow-up as well. And it's the third and final throw of the dice now by Danny Cowley. On comes number 8, Ollie Palmer.
Ollie Palmer, yes, sorry.
And it's Harry Anderson coming off.
Summer signing from Leighton Orient, Ollie Palmer. Well, Harry Anderson, the top scorer, goes off. I'm sure the Sky Blues will be too upset about that. Interesting decision. 2-1 the Sky Blues lead. Rob McDonald wins it in the air well and heads it out to Lincoln. Get it back again with a throw-in, but deep inside their own half. 2-1 to the Sky Blues, looking for what will be their second consecutive away league win. They Haven't quite got it right at the Ricoh Arena at the moment, but if they win this game, they'll feel they're beginning to get it right away from home. With a decent scalp, Lincoln City, if they can get it. Climbing up the table, Lincoln were before this game. Good interception from Jordan Willis for the Sky Blues, but Jody Jones just dwelling on the ball a bit, loses it. That wasn't the best from Jody Jones, and now Lincoln have it on the left wing. 12 minutes to go, and there's danger here. Tom Davis making the tackle, then slipped, just in danger of committing a foul, but he's conceded a corner, so Lincoln have a corner. So a third of the second half there. Supporters clearly still believe. And the Sky Blues will have a nervous situation. They've done this thing again with 4 players lined up, one behind the other. They scatter. It's a very poor delivery, and it's headed away by Shippey. Might actually be disappointed he didn't get it away a bit more firmly, because it comes back from Lincoln City. Outside the penalty area, comes out to the right to Woodward. His cross is blocked by Jody Jones. Will be a Lincoln throw though. And probably go for a long one. Woodward thought about taking a quick one, was going to keep it for Sean Long to take a long throw. Well, that's how he got his name, but anyway. He actually doesn't take it long in the end. He takes it short and gets the ball back and goes past Jody Jones. His cross is a little overhit and it's headed away. He got past Jones very easily there, and now Bostic. Oh, tackled by Biamo, and a break for the Sky Blues. Biamo and Nazon are the men forward. Biamo still has it. Oh, it's not a good pass though to Biamo. It's behind him. He has head in hands as Biamo. He plays it behind Nazon, and Lincoln win the ball back, and a chance to counter-attack is not taken. I think Biamo's had a terrific game, but that wasn't his best moment.
No, he overhit it for himself, and as a result, when he tried to feed in Nazon, it was a weak pass, easily cut out.
Sean Long now with a cross for Lincoln. It's headed away. It's still there. Michael Bostic manages to head it out to the left wing, so Lincoln will come again. Oh, the cross hits Skyler's man on the face there. It was a very good block, and then a good tackle from Jordan Willis. Then a shot from distance. Skyler's won't mind that. Who was it that blocked that with his face, and he stayed down. He did hit him full on the face. Yeah. But, Port Vale 1, Barnet 0 is the latest in League 2.
Ooh.
It is getting cold here.
It's getting nervy.
It is. As things stand, the Sky Blues will be up to 5th place. And they would be 3 points off the automatic promotion places, but that, as it stands, it can change very, very quickly, particularly with this close division. But they lead 2-1. The ball lobbed forward by Liam Kelly, high in the air, headed on by Max Biamo, cleared by Lincoln. Into the last 10 minutes of normal time now. How much stoppage time? Maybe 3 or 4 minutes at the moment. The ball is played into the Sky Blues half, and it's flicked on. Elliot Whitehouse won't reach it, and it's a Sky Blues throw, and they'll take that happily. And let's see, we've had a few substitutions, of just the one for the Sky Blues, but Lincoln have used all 3 of those in the second half. That's a couple of minutes, a couple of goals, and a stoppage for injury, so probably looking at about 4 minutes at the moment. Max Biamo, sorry.
I was about to say, how long was it at Luton?
I can't remember. It was quite long, I seem to remember. But of course, the Sky Blues scored twice in stoppage time, so it didn't really matter. It's a throw in to the Sky Blues, level with the Lincoln penalty area. 4th official's cold as well. He's jumping up and down. So throw in as the Sky Blues song comes from the Sky Blues supporters. We haven't had an attendance figure yet, but it's packed, you can say that much.
A lot.
The cross comes in from the Sky Blues, it's headed away. Michael Doyle now in midfield, plays it back to Liam Kelly, back to Doyle. They're forced backwards, but they keep the ball. Jordan Shipley tries a little touch for Ryan Haynes, but didn't quite get the angle right, and gives the ball away, something the Sky Blues desperately don't want to do now. Lincoln play it long towards the edge of the penalty area, bounces over a couple of heads. Jordan Willis gives chase. He's had a really good game to it right back, and his ball down the right channel. Max Biamo, little back heel, but cut the fancy stuff out. They're 2-1 up. Let's keep the ball and not be silly. A couple of times the wrong decision made by a couple of young players. Forest Green Rovers have equalised for a second time against Crewe, 2-2 there. Luton 5-0 up now against Cambridge. There's a clash of heads here, which I think the referee has deemed again as a foul in Lincoln's favour. The 2 players have gone down.
Jones is down as well over on the far touchline. He's stretching his leg a little bit.
Wycombe Wanderers 3, Crawley 0 now in League 2. Sky Blues play Crawley soon. Referee's not allowing the trader on, which is a bit surprising because Max Biamo's holding his head. Maybe the referee's unconvinced that Biamo is too troubled. A free kick to Lincoln from just inside their own half. They'll pump the ball into the danger area. This is a situation for the Sky Blues to deal with. The long ball into the area, it's headed away, not half away, and picked up by Jody Jones for Coventry City. Jones now takes it out to the right wing and wins the throw, and that's better. Held on to the ball, didn't do anything too fancy, gained territory, and in the end won the throw-in. That's what the Sky Blues need now. Leading by 2-1, 6.5 minutes to go. Plus, I reckon at least 4 minutes of stoppage time. Let's say 5, it'll be on the safe side. Throwing down the line.
We're getting another, Coventry getting another goal.
Out for a throw to the Sky Blues, deep inside the Lincoln half. 1-0 down at half-time. 2-1 ahead now. What a game for Leamington. They now lead Spennymoor 4-0. Kieran Dunbar scoring, and Eton drawing 1-1 against Curzon Ashton, but Leamington heading for a big win. Here's Jukes Nazon for the Sky Blues. Goes through 2 defenders and he's crawling on all fours to try and reach the ball. Was he tripped? The referee and more importantly the assistant who was very close to it think not. And now the ball's played long by Lincoln and there's danger here. Ryan Haynes will get to it though. Get one little touch from him and just dallied on it a little bit, but he's caught late by Elliot Whitehouse. And the Sky Blues will be very happy to have a free kick. And what a day for Callum Wilson, who's had so long absences through injury. I think most Sky Blues fans still look to Callum Wilson and want him to do well. Well, he scored a hat-trick for Bournemouth today. Crowd is 9,581. He did say at the Estado how many were away fans, but I didn't hear it, so we might have to find out through other means. Anyway, Bournemouth 4, Huddersfield 0 in the Premier League, and Wycombe now lead Crawley 4-0. Craig Michael-Smith scored a few goals there. 2-1 to the Sky Blues here. The ball's headed forward by Rob McDonald. It'll come up with Shipley, wins it well. Gives it to Biamo. Biamo to Nazon. Oh, Nazon tries to find Shipley. I could see him hold on to the ball there a bit, but as it happens, he's won the throw-in, so that will do.
Beats up a few more seconds as well.
Yeah. We are now into the last 5 minutes of normal time. The Sky Blues leading by 2-1. Looking for this away winner. Here's Ryan Haynes now on the left wing. He's got into the penalty area, pulls it back, but just no one could quite get to it. There was a pillar in my way. I was hoping there was a centre forward behind it, but there wasn't. Sky Blues win it back inside their own half, and it's Rob McDonald who whips it forward. Comes back from Lincoln City, but again they can't keep it. Their crowd are beginning to get a bit frustrated now, and Liam Kelly kicks the ball backwards. Oh, a mistake from Tom Davis, and he just about recovers. He headed it backwards when he meant to head it forwards, desperately scrambling to get the ball back, and he just about managed to do it. He'd be mighty relieved.
Yes.
That would have been horrible if that had led to anything from the Sky Blues. 1,460 is what we're told the away following is. So another terrific away following, and they're happy at the moment, especially as Lincoln kick the ball straight out for a goal kick to Coventry City. Chesterfield at the bottom still leading Exeter, but down to 10 men. They've had Scott Wiseman sent off in League 2. So goal kick for the Sky Blues, who lead by 2-1 here at Lincoln. Away again Tuesday. The ball is headed back over the halfway line and headed over again and flicked on by Biamo. Jukes Nazon turns, defender plays it back to his keeper, and it's cleared into the Sky Blues half. Headed on and cleared by Jordan Willis. Was a hit of a high boot there, but not given. And it's allowed Lincoln to attack again. Bostwick out to the left wing, and Lincoln now on the left-hand side. And the ball is pulled across the penalty area. Elliot Whitehouse heads towards goal, and Lee Burge is able to dive on the ball and keep it out. Still the Sky Blues lead 2-1.
Yeah, weak header by Whitehouse at the back stick. He was again a float, one of those floaty balls in. So if you're going to have any power on the header, it's got to come from you, and it didn't from the substitute.
Punted upfield by Lee Burge. Shipley goes up for it, almost played backwards by Lincoln, straight to Jukes Nazon. Nazon now, he's this time crowded out of it, and Lincoln now play a forward ball. Tom Davis does well, just goes for safety. Matt Green was raining down on the ball, so he just kicked it out for a throw-in near the corner flag. Situation for the Sky Blues to deal with. Jordan Shipley has gone down. Looks like he's cramped up here, Jordan Shipley.
I'm not surprised.
And the referee is allowing it treatment. I think there's an argument for saying he should just be asked to leave the field, but anyway, he's checking on him. He's doing some stretching, and the referee is allowing the physio on. He says, "I'll stop the watch." Should hope so. That's what he's supposed to do. But Shipley then, well, he's given his all. Elsewhere, Swindon have come from behind to lead Yeovil 2-1 in the Championship. Wolves are 2 up against Reading. Luton are hammering Cambridge 6-0, and Accrington and Stanley have equalised against Newport 1-1. So a couple of goals have gone in there, which just changed things slightly on the as it stands table. The Sky Blues will be dropping to 7th place. Chris Stokes is coming on for the Sky Blues.
Jordan Shipley
to replace Jordan Shipley, and he goes off having played terrifically well, the young man, heavily involved in the second goal, what the Sky Blues hope will be a winning goal, but they have this long throw in to deal with now. In it goes into the penalty area, headed towards goal. Ryan Haynes sends it away. Jody Jones kicks it further out. It's lobbed back in by Bostwick. Was there an offside there? The flag stayed down, and Lee Burge is out well and grabs the ball. Sky Blues players are angry with a challenge from the Lincoln player. I must say, I didn't really see too much wrong with that, but Lee Burge, they felt there was a high boot in there on Lee Burge, who's now sat down, and there's a bit of afters going on.
No, I didn't particularly see anything myself.
No, I can't say I did, but clearly there was something the Sky Blues players were unhappy with. Referee has not actually seen it as a foul. He's going to drop the ball at Lee Burge's feet. We're going to get the stoppage time now, 6 minutes. Well, there have been a couple more stoppages since I predicted 4 or 5. Stephen Grisvich is asking why, but I think it's probably about right that in a couple more stoppages. There's a bit of confusion here about what Lee Burge is able to do with this ball, but anyway, well, it looks like he's just going to take it as a free kick, and it's confusing everyone. If that the ball has been dropped at his feet, I mean, well, anyway, his kick, he slips with the kick, but it gets it into the Lincoln half, so it's going to be a nervy 6 minutes for the Sky Blues unless they can score on the break. They lead 2-1. Good tackle from Ryan Haynes. Wins the ball for the Sky Blues inside the Lincoln half. Max Biamo's ball aimed at Jukes Nazon to play it into the corner, but the defender got there first, but his clearance is intercepted by Michael Doyle. Sky Blues doing well to get the ball at the moment inside the Lincoln half. Biamo back to Doyle. Doyle forward to Nazon. Nazon turns. Nazon shoots, and the keeper has to parry it out for a corner. Scrambling across his goal, and that's a corner to the Sky Blues.
I can't promise I won't scream or whoop again if they get
Forest Green Rovers lead Crewe 3-2 now in League 2. So it's a corner for the Sky Blues. It's their 4th. They've kept 2.5 men back. Michael Dawes halfway back, 2 men back on the halfway line. They might try and just keep the ball here. The referee's accusing them of time wasting. That might mean more than the allotted 6 minutes to be added. They played 1.5 minutes of stoppage time so far. The corner's curled in. The keeper punches it away. It comes to Doyle, who sets himself up, decides against the shot, plays it to Rob McDonald on the left instead. McDonald suddenly turned into a winger. His cross, and it's, oh dear, volley high over the bar by Tom Davis, who's not a striker. That's a goal kick to Lincoln City. Well, Rob McDonald was masquerading slightly, having drifted out to the left and started dancing around like a winger. But Tom Davis, no great pretensions it would seem to be a centre forward.
2 minutes down, 4 to go.
Yes, or possibly a bit more if the referee feels the Sky Blues have been time wasting. The goal kick from Lincoln. Was Doyle pushed it back? Yes, he was. Thank you very much. Lincoln complained that is a daft foul. It's an indisciplined, anxious foul.
Just, I mean, there was hardly any contact, but just putting your hands there, just ridiculous by the Lincoln player.
Interestingly, That says a lot about the Sky Blues performance, that the Lincoln man of the match is their keeper, Josh Vickers. Yellow card to Lee Burge for time wasting.
That's an extra 30 seconds then.
Leamington have won 4-0. They've beaten Spennymoor 4-0, their keeper saving 2 penalties. Max Biamo on the ball now for the Sky Blues, back to Doyle. Doyle to Nazon, there's a man out of space in Jody Jones. Nazon's pass is a little bit too firmly hit, but Jones is able to collect it near the corner flag. He might settle for being there now. A better pass, he would have been with a great chance. He plays the ball back to Kelly, and then Joseph. Oh, what was he doing there? Tried a little fancy flick. Goes straight out for
There's no one ahead of him.
Throw in. What that was about.
2.5 to go.
Sky Blues leading by 2-1. 0-3-4-5 905 to 100 for your reaction to the action. Luton, who the Sky Blues shut out, remember, at Kenilworth Road, have put 7 past Cambridge today. Luton 7, Cambridge 0. We are now in the 4th minute of stoppage time, and Lincoln have a throw in. Seem to steal in a few yards there. The referee is making them go back a bit. Could be even further than that. But anyway, the throw in from Lincoln, halfway inside the Sky Blues, half on the left. They play it down the left channel. Oh, they haven't kept it in. It was tight down the line, and it goes out for a throw in to the Sky Blues. And they're nearly there, Coventry City, but not quite. The throw in down the line for the Sky Blues. Here's Jukes Nazon on the ball. Nazon, good ball to Ryan Haynes. Haynes with Chris Stokes getting up. He gives it to Nazon. Nazon inside the penalty area, tries to fire it across, hits a defender, but Nazon gets it back. He'll try another shot, and got that wrong. Just couldn't get his boot round it, and that goes out for a goal kick to Lincoln City. It's used up a bit more time, but there's still just over a minute of the original 6 minutes of stoppage time allotted to go, so Lincoln can still get one more opportunity at least. They kick this one to the Sky Blues half, but again it's the Sky Blues who win it. They've done that well, the Sky Blues. They're winning possession in this crucial stage. Michael Doyle now kicks it anywhere forward. Lincoln have to start again from deep inside their own half. They play a long, hopeful ball down the right channel. Rod McDonald gives chase, trying to shepherd it out for a goal kick. Brilliant. And succeeds. Terrific defending from Rod McDonald, and he gets a terrific ovation from the Sky Blues supporters behind that goal. And we are now half a minute away from the 6th. Might see the referee out another 30 seconds. Mark Roberts is exchanging words with a spectator here down in front of us. So clearly somebody said something that Mark Robbins has taken objection to. He's quite calm about it, but he's gone over to a spectator and had a word. That spectator, in fairness, seems to have responded fairly calmly as well. A couple of stewards have come across just to make sure that doesn't flare up. And anyway, the game continues meanwhile. Oh, that was surely a face in the hand. That was a poor challenge. I think he's a lucky boy to get a yellow card there. The Lincoln player. His face was straight into his hand was straight into the face of the Sky Blues player. I think it's Ollie Palmer, the substitute.
And that effectively ended it for Lincoln now. Well, yeah. 6 minutes. Kick it the other end and job done.
Yeah. But, he's lucky not to be facing a 3-match ban now for me. Not that it matters from a Sky Blues point of view. They have a free kick, and this could well be it. In the 7th minute of stoppage time, Lee Burge with a free kick. All eyes on the referee, who says carry on, but then puts his whistle to his mouth, and the Sky Blues will come from behind to win away from home. And 14,060 Sky Blues supporters cheer loudly and wave their scarves over their heads. At half-time, the Sky Blues trailed, and they came back in the second half. They took it to Lincoln City right from the off, and equalised through Jody Jones, and got the winner through Jukes Nazon. And the fact that the Lincoln goalkeeper, Josh Vickers, has got the man of the match award, I'm sure is a point that Mark Robbins will point to show how well his team have done and how much of a threat they've been away from home. Coventry City win away for the 2nd game in a row. Lincoln City 1, Coventry City 2. 0345 900 5200 for your reaction to the action. You can text 81333, slightly message CW, tweet us at BBC Cog Sport. Hear the thoughts of Martin Winch.
Where can you get those lucky grey shirts from? They'll be selling like hotcakes ahead of Christmas if they carry on winning whenever they wear them. Fantastic performance. I mean, what a game. Both sides have played their part today, but the Sky Blues are the ones that had the lion's share of the chances, and I think just the fact that they came from behind today, I would argue it was a better performance than the one against Lincoln, against Luton 2 or 3 weeks ago. Really absolutely impressed. I don't think anyone's particularly had too bad a game. I think they've all played their part, really been impressed from back to front, from the likes of Rod McDonald. You've had Willis playing out of position. I know he's previously played at right back before. Jordan Shipley, I think his touches, his range of passes, just absolutely brilliant. And Duke Snazon coming on in the second half, probably turned it for the Sky Blues, and in the end running out deserved winners this afternoon. So that's I don't think there can be any complaints with the Sky Blues coming away from Sincil Bank today, Clive, with the 3 points.
No, I actually thought they were better in the first half than some gave it credit for. Didn't create as much in that first half. It was a fairly even first half. Second half, they absolutely dominated. Yes, they got a bit of good fortune. Lincoln hit the bar with a thunderous header from a really well taken free kick. Their set pieces were good, but the Sky Blues defence survived them. Very few of the Sky Blues supporters have left the ground yet. They're all applauding. They're all very happy. We'll go around the non-league ground shortly, but let's first check the latest traffic and travel on BBC Coventry in Warwickshire.